Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in, come on in, come in, come in, come in, come in, come in, come on in, come on in, come on in. How's everybody doing today? Man, I tell you what, I am feeling so much better today. Well, 60% better. I've got a nasty cough, but other than that, I feel energized. I feel ready to go. I feel excited. I feel like myself. So let's jump into our Unity here, and let's get started. Today's gonna be a fun day, guys. Today's gonna be really fun because I got a nice, tasty list of things we're gonna be working on. Let's see here. Patrolling enemies, reduce hit volume for the blood, the drone enemies, these are going to be fun to do. Attack sounds for enemies, a sprint limit, make enemies auto fall, meaning they fall to the ground. No matter where I place them, they position on the ground. And then also some drops for enemies like health or ammo or coins. So we need to do that. So that's what we're gonna work on today. Welcome, guys. Come on in. How's everybody doing? Vijay, take it easy, or you're gonna get the law. You're gonna get what do you call it? Banned. But hello, just be careful with the spamming. Sanitha, Jaheen, James, how you doing, buddy? Welcome, welcome, guys. All right, let me show you what I worked on yesterday. This was fun. Yesterday was a lot of fun. So basically, we got our enemies able to chase you, which is pretty horrifying. But if I just go and collect them all, we also got the, oh my goodness. We also got the attack animation good. So overall, man, everything's feeling really good. How many can I collect? Ooh, there's another one down here. Hey, buddy. So, as you can see, it's pretty great, actually. You probably need to do random speeds so that they don't chase you all at the same time, or the same rate of speed. Hopefully, let's see here. So what you could see here, guys, is I can actually run away from the enemies permanently, and that's not really something I want for this game. So we're gonna have a limited sprint speed. I'm holding down sprint. So I think the first thing I want to work on is a limited sprint. So here are our enemies. There's one. Hey, Liam. Hey, Game Dev Basics. How are you? Thank you. That means a lot. Welcome to Game Dev Basics. And one good marshmallow. How are you? So as you can see, we got enemies that work just fine. They may be kind of buggy, but I kind of like it. It's kind of horrifying. So overall, pretty great. I actually really like it. Where you going, huh? Where you going? All right. So overall, pretty great. Josh Bishop says, what did I just walk into? All right, guys, first thing I want to do is let's figure out a limited sprint speed. Once we get that figured out, then we can create an on-screen graphic for sprinting. My assumption is to put it around the cursor here. So let's try that out. First thing I want to do is jump into our FPS controller here. If we go to the controller, and by the way, guys, Today, there are no promo codes available for full-time game dev. Sometimes we have 40% off promo codes. Today, there are no promo codes. But if you do want something free, feel free to click below. There's a free 2D game kit, and I used this same game kit to make a game for PewDiePie in 14 days, and I played it with Felix himself in front of 5 million viewers. So if you're interested in using that same exact game kit to make a 2D game, you can do it commercially or just personally. I don't care. Do what you want. Feel free to download that. It's my treat to you. Okay. Let's see here. If we go to our player, I believe it's our character, or actually player controller. You can see now we have this sprint speed here. Okay. So I would assume if we jump into the player controller, we could fix this to a specific time limit. Now, some of you who are new might be wondering, why don't you know exactly how to do this, Thomas? Because for this game, this is my 3rd commercial release. For this game, I actually hired someone to create the code base for me, and now I'm editing that code base, okay? So let's type in sprint speed here, see what we got. If input manager is sprinting. Okay, so all we got to do is this. And sprint timer. Sprint time is greater than or less than sprint time max. Okay. What's a better word for that? Sprint. I think sprint time max is fine. Okay. So while we're sprinting, we're going to go sprint time plus equals time.delta. Okay. Then when we release input.sprinting, yep. Then when we release, it's going to go back to sprint time. Actually, it's just going to decrease. It's going to be if sprint time is greater than or equal to 0, or just, greater than or equal to 0, then all we're going to do is sprint time minus equals time.delta time. And just in case we get below, whoopsie, just in case we do get below 0, we're just going to go, hey, sprint time equals 0. Okay. Okay, that should do it. So all we got to do is declare our variables. Excuse me. Sprint time should be a float, and we can just put it right here. That's a float. We don't have to set it to 0. We definitely don't want to do that. We do want to do sprint time max up here. Excuse me, guys. Got a little bit of a residual cold here. So if we go to our movement options here, let's see here, where's sprint? There we go. So right here, we're just going to create, it really should be a serialized float. It doesn't need to be, it should be private, but it should be serialized. The reason you want it serialized is so that it shows up in the inspector. We can edit it inside of Unity outside of this script. So let's go to sprint max, sprint time max. And by default, I think, how long do you think, guys? 5 seconds? Okay. So that should do it. Let's try it out. Looks like we have an error here. Not sure why that would give me an error. Whatever. Oh. We need to put a semicolon right there. Let's jump back into Unity here. All right, guys, let's hit play. Oh, one more. Let's see here. Sprint time is declared right here, you mother effer. Okay. It's unassigned. So let's put it at the top here. Thomas is a moron. Hooray. This is going to be a private float, sprint time. And I'm just going to set it to 0. If we don't get this to work, let's see here. Interestingly, what we need to do, watch this. We're going to need to create some kind of variable that kind of creates a delay. Otherwise, what's going to happen is you're going to hold down shift, you're going to run, and then the moment you hit the max, you're going to sort of jitter a little bit. We definitely don't want that. We want it to go require you to go all the way back up, just like in let's see, Breath of the Wild. So you need some kind of recovery time. Okay. So let's see here. If you hit the bottom of sprint, let's see here. If you hit 0, here we go. If sprint time, yes. If it hits 0, it's gonna create a timeout. Sprint timeout equals true. Okay. Let's see here. No. If we hit the max. Yes, okay. That's what we need to do. So let's put it right here really quick. If sprint time is greater than or equal to the sprint time max, it's going to create a sprint timeout. That equals true. Okay. Actually, I think I figured it out. No. We're going to have a sprint timeout. Okay. If the sprint timeout is true, then we're not going to be able to do any of this right here. No sprinting. So we're going to say, and sprint timeout equal, and it's false. You can put an exclamation mark here, and that's going to be false. So if the sprint timeout equals false, then you could sprint all day long. If the sprint timeout equals true down here, if sprint timeout, then what you do is you say, no, we don't need that at all. All we need to do is if sprint time gets, if it equals 0, then we're going to say sprint timeout equals false. I believe that'll do it. Okay. Let's double check something here. So this is while you're sprinting. So it's increasing. If you're not, then it's going to start to decrease. Okay. So if it's greater than or equal to 0, it's going to decrease. But the moment it hits 0 and gets back to where it's supposed to be, sprint timeout gets set back to false, and then we can sprint again. Okay. Now, if we go greater than or equal to the sprint time max, it's going to punish you with a sprint time timeout, which is set right there. So I believe that'll do it. Let's create that sprint timeout variable, though. We haven't birthed it yet. So let's go and birth it. I like to use that word birth. It's going to be a private Boolean. And that's going to be sprint timeout. And that's false. And let's just put a little comment here. If set to true, require the sprint timer to recover back to 0. But then the sprint won't recharge while the player is sprinting. Let's take a look. While the player isn't sprinting, it should. Let's take a look. Let's double check here, guys. I haven't even tested any of this, so we're going to probably make a lot of mistakes here. If the player is grounded, but we're not sprinting, and all of these aren't true, then it should do this. So we're going to create a debug.log here just to double check. Sprinting. And then you're going to do plus. This is going to be the sprint time. And then we're going to have a little slash. And then we're going to do sprint time max. And then we're going to do plus space colon sprint timeout equals, and then we're going to add the sprint timeout. This is just going to tell us what's going to happen. I know for certain this isn't going to work, so this debug is going to help us out immensely. We're going to put the same one down here as well. Okay. Not sprinting. Sprint time. Sprint time max, and then a colon, sprint timeout equals. Okay, let's take a look. Let's take a look. Hey, let's get rid of all these enemies here. Okay. And also turn off maximize on play. And for those of you who are curious, Thomas, why are you not looking at the chat? I like to try and get my scripts done before I jump into the chat because there's a million solutions. And so I'm going to find the one that works for me. If it doesn't, then I'll approach the chat. All right, so let's go ahead and get rid of all of those walkers. We should really call them watchers. Well, watchers, the game is based on the Book of Enoch, or at least takes elements from it. The watchers were the good guys, I believe, in the Book of Enoch. Okay, so we're not sprinting. Now we're sprinting. Going. Not sprinting. It's recovering. And then it allows me to sprint again. Let's try again. Sprinting. Yep. How did I do that? Let's double check something here. What I mean is, how did I get it done so quickly? Okay, so it still allows me to sprint. I don't know why that is. Let's see. Let's get rid of these spiders. So it works kind of. If you guys are watching the console window, you can see kind of what I'm doing here. All right, let's go. Okay, we're not sprinting. So this is how it looks to not sprint. This is how it looks to sprint. By the way, we need to reset this console window because it's not snapping to the bottom. So let's go back to our console here. There we go. And I want to put this right here and then also put this right here. There we go. Let's try again, guys. Okay, ready? Crap. Stick to the bottom, bro. Let's collapse those. There we go. So we're currently set to not sprinting. All right. So it's at basically 0. Interesting. So sprinting all the way up to 5. Now it's set to not sprinting, but I'm still sprinting. We're going to keep trying here. So not sprinting. Okay, something's happening here. What's happening? Let's see what this variable is. Sprint timeout. That's the one that I want to double check here. Let's see here. So I'm going to actually remove this debug here. Good morning, Jesse. Good morning, Red Panda Dev. How are you guys? Welcome, welcome. All right, let's try this again. So I removed the debug from the actual walking. Okay, now we're not sprinting. Okay, good. Now we're not sprinting. Let's see if the timeout gets set to true. It is. Okay, it's set to true. So for some reason I could still sprint though. How strange. That's an interesting thing. I don't know why. I don't know why that's happening. What happens if I want to make sure that I'm doing this right. So let's just remove all of this here and take a look. Because it seems like it's not even setting the walk speed to its proper. I could still sprint. What? Oh, I think it's the animation. Oh my goodness. The animation speed is not associated with the sprint speed. It's directly linked to shift. So even though I'm pressing shift, or even though I'm not actually moving faster, the animation speed is changing. So we need to fix that. We need to go to the, well, it's hard to know. It's hard to know why that's happening. Let's type in, what we're going to do is we're going to Google search. And by the way, I'm using a game kit, guys. So we're trying to tweak the game kit. A lot of you might think this is not relevant to you because you're going to be building something from scratch. I would highly recommend you use a game kit. I'm going to turn on my fan really quick. And I'm going to put nose spray on my nose. Ooh, that's flattering. Wow. Beautiful. Okay, let's see here. So what I'm going to do is we're going to say, okay, how do I speed up my animation time in Unity? The reason I'm looking this up, okay, it's called animationstate.time. The reason I'm going to look this up is because now we can find it in the files. Let's type in time here and see what we got. Got a big old list. I'm just trying to find which script is handling this. Okay. Let's see if we can do anim and then walk. Nope, that doesn't do it. How about animation state? Let's type that in. Or animation. Or let's type that in. Animation. How about... Nope. Dot time. There we go. Okay. So it's speeding up for some reason. We got to figure out why this is speeding up. Let's see here. Player controller. If we go to our pivot. Oh, okay. Player weapon controller. Let's take a look at this. There might be an animator in this. If there's an animator in this, we could fix this. Let's take a look. Nope. There's no animator in the weapon controller either. Let's see here. Let's hit play. Okay, as you can see, we have a pivot here. Ah, okay. We have camera gun mount position. Okay, let's take a look here. Demo weapon. All right, let's take a look. Ah, okay. So it's not in the weapon. Let's take a look. Animator. There we go. Run shoot animation. So let's see if it's changing the speed here based on your... There we go. There we go. Yep. Okay. You can see it's setting the speed here based on if input manager dot sprinting is true. Now, I don't want it based on whether I'm pressing shift or not. I want it based on if I'm actually sprinting, right? So I'm not going to make it dependent on the input manager dot sprinting. I'm actually going to make it dependent on the player controller. Okay? So what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to create Yeah. I'm going to create a variable called sprinting inside player controller. Okay, here we go. Public Boolean, and it's sprinting, and it's going to be false. Are we sprinting? And this is for clarity, not if the input sprint is true, but if we're actually sprinting, right? Because I could be holding shift all day long, and it doesn't mean I'm going to be sprinting, right? Because we now have a timeout. So if I go to my weapon here, and this is just the base class for all weapons, okay? Now I can go if controller, let's see here, game manager dot player controller dot sprinting. Now make sure we import the namespace. So that should do it. Let's take a look, guys. So now, if we hit play, all right. So now if we hit play here, remember guys, I disabled the sprint ability. If I hold shift, it's still the same speed as walking. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Great. All right, so now if I go to my controller, let's go back to my controller here. Let's go back to what we remember we commented all this script out here? Yeah, we want that back. Okay. All right. So, honestly, this should do it. Let's take a look. I don't know how to say your name. It's like I think it's a Russian, or maybe it's Ukrainian. How did you learn to code? I learned to code over the last 15 years. I'm the person who should not be coding. I'm very unintelligent when it comes to code. But I kind of learned it out of necessity. Okay, so I've been learning in the last 15 years of just Googling stuff. But I started with ActionScript, which is Flash. If those of you can remember what Flash was. All right, let's go. So I'm walking. Now I'm sprinting. That didn't do it. Shoot. Ah, Thomas, you didn't do it. Now we got to do this. Sprinting equals true. Let's see here. That's sprinting. And then this is sprinting equals false. Okay, that should do it. Okay. That's right, Jonathan. That's great. Jonathan said Macromedia. That was who owned Flash before Adobe, which is unreal to think about. Okay, so now I can sprint. Good. Now I'm walking, sprint, walking. Okay, so if I hold sprint, you'll see down there in the console, we're about to get to 5 seconds here. And it should stop. Stopped. Good. Trying to recover. Now I can sprint again. See? Recover. Sprint again. Good. I think it works. Sprint. Okay, so it's kind of hard to visualize it. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to create a sprint circle that is around the cursor. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go into my UI here. This is fun. You guys are going to like this. We're going to go into our UI here. And here is all of our UI. I'm actually going to take a circle. To do pixel art for a circle is a little weird. I'm not the best when it comes to pixel art, guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to create a circle shape here, just like this. Good. And then I'm going to scale it down. I want it to be able to wrap around the largest UI element or the largest cursor, okay? And by the way, guys, for those of you who are curious, usually I live stream daily, at least Monday through Friday, 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. in between there. So be sure to click the notification bell to follow the progress of my next game, and it's called Father. This isn't just some silly game. This is my next official release. And what I mean by that is I've released 2 other games, so this is my business. It wasn't until recently where I started selling online courses as well, or at least my online course, Full-Time Game Dev, which, by the way, there are no promo codes available today. But my business model for the last 5 years of being an indie game developer has been selling my indie games. So you can actually find my games on iOS. You could find them on Xbox, PS4, Nintendo Switch, Steam. Okay, let's see here. There we go. And they're called Pinstripe and Neversong. And I also made a small game for PewDiePie, and that game is called Zero Deaths. So we're going to have this pretty circle here. There we go. And all I need to do now is just duplicate that, transform, flip vertical, and then we're going to flip these vertical or horizontal. There we go. And you know what? Let's make this one and this one go down a little bit. There we go. And now we have a recovery circle. Okay. So that recovery circle is going to be for sprinting. Okay. Now, the question is, how do we make this actually go around? And I believe there's a way to do this that's pretty easy. I know what it is. Okay, so let's go to our first off, let's name this recovery circle. You don't spell circle with an S. I was about to do that. Circle. Okay. And we're going to put that up here. Save it. Make sure we turn off the black. Save. Go to Unity here. Let's go to Sprite Editor, and you'll see we have this circle here. So I'm going to go ahead and let's see here. How about 35 by 35? Oh, right on target, Thomas. You win today. Good job. All right, this could be called UI Recovery Circle. I tried spelling that with an S again. I told you I'm stupid. Let's hit apply. So there's our recovery circle. So what we could do is we could actually go to our canvas here, and we're just going to create a new image. There we go. It's going to be called recovery circle, right? And it's with that C, circle. There we go. Recovery circle. There we go. And then I'm going to drag in my recovery circle, which is right here. Okay, there it is. You'll notice that it's not perfectly center. I wonder why that is. Let's first hit simple set native size. We don't want to do that. That's not good. Let's do 500 by 500, maybe. Okay, let's do 200 by 200. Let's do 100 by 100. Man, it's not center, which is an interesting thing. Let's go to our crosshair. I think I know what's going on. The crosshair itself, the scale is set to 2. What if I set it to 1? What would happen? Okay, now it's centered. So let's double check something here. Let's hit play. Okay, it's close to centered. It's not perfect, but it's super close. I don't know if I'm going to worry about it. Okay. I'm really not going to worry about it. I mean, technically what I could do is something like, for the recovery circle, I could do something like, it looks centered now. I wonder what's going on. We could just shrink the size just a little bit. So let's go to about 95 by 95. That should center it up. Yep, there we go. Just make sure all the cursors are... It's not perfect. I don't know why. Unless I'm going crazy here. Okay. So that's our sprint. Okay. And we're going to make it the same color as everything else. So it's this sort of flesh tone. I really like it. I don't know why, but that's our UI color. There we go. So watch this. So we can actually go to, is it filled? Clockwise. Yep. Look at that. See that, guys? So that is just a beautiful feature. Way to go, Unity. It's a great feature to allow us to sort of scale up. And we're going to do counterclockwise. So actually, no. Clockwise. We're going to start at 1, and it's just going to, nope. Counterclockwise. Ah, yes, there we go. Is that correct? I think that is. Part of me feels like I should rotate it, though, but I can't. Can I? Is it along the X? It's along the X. So we're going to do 180 so that it sort of starts at the top. And now we do clockwise. There we go. See? So all we're going to be changing is this fill amount. So the question is, how do you access that fill amount variable? How's everybody doing in the chat? How's everybody doing in the chat? I'm just making sure everybody's okay. Choose fill origin. Oh, fill origin. Okay, that makes sense. So it'd be top. There we go. Good job. And then it's counterclockwise. Pretty cool, huh? I freaking love that. You know what you could do, really? You could even fill in the actual circle itself, right? Hey, Alex, how you doing, buddy? Guys, if you haven't subscribed to the stream and clicked the notification bell, you're not going to get notified of when I'm live. So be sure to click that. It would really mean a lot to me. Let's see if we can get every single person. We've got 261 people. Let me know in the chat if you're new and you just clicked the notification bell, and I will acknowledge you. This is my way of getting people to click the notification bell. So please say hi if you're new and you just clicked the notification bell. Rashad, that's awesome. Cool. Sorry, Arthur. Someone logical, you're acknowledged. Daniel. Forks and Spoons Productions. That's awesome. Welcome. Arthur, Henry, Sonny, John. Oh no, John, you're saying you're taking my course. Hopefully you're enjoying it. That's awesome. Sorry about the cough, guys. Thanks for hitting the bell, guys. That means a lot. Sorry, I can't read all of these names here. Victor. All right. So what we need to do is we need to access this image. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to go to our script here. Let's see here. For our player controller. And you know, any UI elements, that's the thing, is any UI elements should be really attached to what is it attached to? There is something that the UI elements usually, what I mean attached to is, referenced to. So my UI elements, like this image here, are being referenced by, let's see here. I think it's actually the player stats script here. So, player stats. Let's see here. Yep, there we go. We have this whole UI section here. Think of this as like a shelf or a drawer for us to store all of our references so we can actually access things. So we're going to type in public image, and this is going to be called recovery counter. Is that what that is? Recovery circle. Now guys, why would I use, this is a really good question. No, I'm not going to ask that question. That's a stupid question. Usually, I was going to say, you want to use symbols instead of letters. The reason because, this is a really interesting thought. Maybe it's not. Maybe you guys can answer my question. Why are numbers universal but letters are not? You ever wondered that? But I guess they are. But like math is universal, but language is not. I find that very interesting. I guess there are different ways to communicate, but there's not different ways to do math. Not really. Maybe there are. I don't know. Recovery circle. So anyway, we're going to use a symbol instead of numbers here because in this case, it's just easier to see. Easier to understand. So now that we've got that, we can actually drag in the recovery circle right here. There we go. Welcome, Bread Jones. That's awesome. Or bread jokes. In math, there are disagreements. Cool. 1 + 1 = 2 everywhere. I guess you're right. Okay, so we've got this recovery circle here. Now what do we do? Well, we need to be able to access player statistics from the player controller, right? And all we do, this is going to be fun. Let's see here. Okay, so if sprinting equals true, here's the thing. We're actually going to put it right here. If sprinting equals true or sprint timeout is true, then we're going to actually make sure we show you enable the sprint object. Okay. Okay. Or the sprint, whatever it's called. Okay, so we're going to go to player statistics. Nope. Okay, we're not going to. Why can't we find it? Player statistics. Why can't I access that? Hold on. You mother effer. Hold on. Game manager. Dot player statistics. Dot whatever, right? But we can't do that because we need to actually. There we go. I think that'll do it. Players to. There it is. Dot. Recovery circle. Dot. Enabled equals false or true. And obviously, guys, there are better ways to do this, cleaner ways to do it. You could probably create some sort of true false integer and just put it there as an equation. But whatever, I don't care. And then it's going to be false if both of these equal false. Okay? What's the opposite of sprinting equals true or sprint timeout is true? Well, sprinting equals false and sprint timeout equals false. Okay? They both need to be false in order for this to be false. Okay? What's muck? What are we saying? So I have Thomas in stereo. What does muck mean? LinkedIn 2008. Are you just spamming? Do we have any mods in the chat? Feel free to get rid of the people saying muck. Muck is a game. So why? So why are we saying that? What's going on? I know, but why? Why are we saying it? Why are we saying it? Sorry, I'm not following. This is one of the weirdest feelings. When you've got 259 people in the chat who know something and you don't. Okay. We got a lot of Danny subs, apparently. Which, can we give a round of applause to Danny for making some incredible content? Seriously. Okay. So let's just double check that this works, okay? So let's go back into Unity here. And let's hit play. Just mob mentality. So look. Sprinting. It's going to show up around my cursor. And then it should, now it's recovering, disappears, and then I can do it again. Boom. Thomas, you're really doing good today. Thank you. John, I have no clue what's going on in the chat. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is we want to create some kind of equation here. And it's only probably going to occur here. First off, we're going to say, let's see here. We're going to say this. Honestly, we're going to say image. Stop. No. I'm not going to do that. This is a little redundant, but whatever, I don't care. So recovery circle dot whatever that value is. So the question is, how do we access? And hopefully you guys are learning a little bit about, if you're like me and you're a moron and you can't remember anything, and you have terrible memory, how do we access fill amount for image type? Fill amount, image, radial, unity with script. We're going to Google that. Fill clockwise equals true and false. So that's I guess fill amount will work. Let's try it out. There it is. Pff, Thomas. Fill amount equals, and now what's the equation, right? The question is, what's the equation? Well, we want it to be 1 when we are, yeah, there we go. So all we do is this. Sprint time divided by sprint time max. When I'm writing my equations like this, I like to think about what is the default value and how do I get there, okay? The way we get there is we actually just subtract. You go sprint time max minus sprint time divided by sprint time max. No. Thomas. Wait. I got it. You multiply. So we're multiplying times a percentage, right? There we go. All right. So the sprint time max is, let's say it's 20 times what the percentage currently is. So no. Sprint time divided by sprint time max is going to give me, let's see here. Well, it's going up, isn't it? Yeah, it's going up. So if you hit sprint time max, it'd be 10. So 10 divided by 10 would be 1. So you don't want that. You want it to be 1 minus that. That's what we want to do, right? Isn't that true? Okay, that's what the equation is. Let's double check, my friends. There we go. And we're going to turn it red and then bring back up. Notice how I can't actually go until we hit the recovery. So we're going to turn that red when we actually, yep. So we're going to create an animation associated with it, okay? How are we doing in the chat, guys? Let's double check on the chat. Whenever I'm writing math equations, I could put money down that easily like 10 of you are immediately going to come up with a better equation. So you guys are doing great. Yeah, we're making a stamina mechanic. You got it, Marshmallow. Just mucking around. Yeah, I did. Her nails are orange now. Um, can you fire while sprinting? Yes, you can. So here we go. Now, does it recover? That's the question when you stop. Yeah, it does. Okay. It does. And then it goes back up. Good. Okay. So just because it's invisible doesn't mean it's not actually doing anything. So that's the good news. All right. Hey, it looks like our cursors aren't the proper color. Interesting. Let's go to our crosshair here. That's an interesting thing. For some reason, the crosshair color is being shifted back to white. I think I know why. If you go to the weapon manager here, this is basically all of my settings associated with my weapons. So if you could see here, there's no colors. Well. I was going to say there should be the ability to shift the colors here, but you can't. Okay, whatever. I don't care. We're going to figure it out later. Hello, Lara and Nicholson. What did I study for high school? Nothing. Is that something you do in high school in other countries? I didn't study anything in high school. This is from the Retinoi 885 channel. Hey, Thomas, I love so much this type of streaming, and I have a question. To become a game developer, you would recommend Video Game Academy? I do not. And I don't want to plug myself here, but I will. I would say take my online course or take any number of online courses. Spend the money there first. You really can't lose. Spend the money there first before going to a college. So you could do classes on Udemy, Skillshare, my own fulltimegamedev.com. I also highly recommend Game Dev Unlocked, which is David Whaley's online course. He's a friend of mine. He made the first tree. And he has probably made more money than I have from his games. Just to be completely honest. Okay, what am I doing? We're going to make it flash red. Yeah. So we're going to go to our recovery circle. We're going to create a new animation. And you're like, I'm never going to feel better. Cool. And this is going to be called recovering. Okay. Let's hit record here. We're going to make it turn red. See? But we want it to be that orange color. And then it just goes to a little bit of white here. And then back. There we go. So that's recovering. Who's my favorite teether in high school? I didn't know any teethers in high school. My son's been teething lately, though. So he's probably my favorite. But my daughter was teething 2 years ago, so she was pretty cool, too. Let's go to recover. UI recover circle, and this one is recovered. Okay? It's just going to be that simple color here. Just this. There we go, right there. I kind of want one for sprinting as well, but I'm not going to worry about it. Excuse me, guys. We may actually change the opacity of this later. Thank you, Luffy Damon 91. Hey, Thomas, thanks for doing what you do. The thought of me missing your stream got me out of bed this morning. Well. I have power. I like it. Power feels good. We all like power, and that's one aspect of power I really enjoy. All right. Let's see here. Now, let's go to our animator here. And all we're going to do, guys, is we're going to create a new parameter. It's going to be called Boolean. And it's simply going to be called... Booleans... parameters are basically variables, so I like to do lowercase. So if recovering, make a transition, or if recovering is false, make a transition to recovered. If recovering is true, make a transition to recovering. There's no exit time, and there is no transition duration. Okay, very simple. Now, the reason we're using the animated controller, or the state machine here, as opposed to just firing certain animations with no transitions, is because this may get more complicated later. All right. Let's go to a scene, or let's go to a scene view here. Now, what we can do is just go like this. Recovery circle. Okay, if sprint timeout. You know, the truth is we could do it like this. We could go game manager dot recovery circle dot get component animator. Then we could say dot set boolean. Whoopsie, not set bone location. Set boolean. And then you would set that actual boolean, which is recovering. And you would set it to, sorry about that. You would set it to sprint timeout. Now, sprint timeout, if it's true, that means recovering is true. All right? I like it. That should do it. Let's double check and see if this actually fixes it. See you later, Ignited CMS. Thanks for joining us. Arajit, I think is how you say your name. And Arajit, you're really helpful in my previous stream, so I appreciate you. You said, wouldn't the recoil be a lot worse when you're sprinting? Yes. And if how many of you have, like, I don't know if it's legal in your country, but where I live, you know, you could shoot pretty much, as long as it's semi-automatic, you could shoot and own anything. So when I'm shooting my guns, it's like, you don't want to sprint with those things. You don't want to sprint with anything. So I agree with you. But for a video game, nah, not so much. Did I miss one? Let's take a look. That's going to loop. That's going to loop. Let's see here. Yep, you're right. You're right. There's actually no reloading in my game. I don't know if I'm going to even add it. I think it's one of those features that I just don't really care about. So. All right, see, now we're recovering. We got a flash. I like it. Good. So this makes the game all of a sudden really hard. Because now we can't just completely run away from the enemies. You're pretty much screwed, honestly. The jumping is interesting. Now, look at that. You could jump while sprinting. I don't like that. Let's fix it. Yeah. Run and gun in video games is good. Real life, not so much. Why do I have an ammo count without reloading? Because you can still have ammo. I love horror movies. Yes. All right. So let's see here. For some reason, this whole grounded thing is causing some issues. I see. I don't know why I need to be grounded to calculate whether I'm sprinting. Yeah. Honestly, we could probably take all of this out and do this. We could just go, I believe this is what we're gonna do here. Let's take a look. If grounded is false, then do this crap here. I don't know what that stuff is, but we're gonna see what happens here. And then this is sprinting. Paste that in. So hopefully that takes us out of. The reason is like, if I want to sprint while I'm in the air, I should be able to sprint while I'm in the air, right? So if I jump and then hold shift, I could still sprint. I kind of like that. Although, the run animation... No, I'm fine with that. Cool. Minby says, "Hi Thomas, I love your game dev course. Thanks for all your time putting it together from Shep, North Wales, UK." That's awesome. I'm glad you like the online course. Excuse me, guys. I keep coughing. All right. Good. I kind of want to like have a sprint sound. I need to hire a voice actress for it. So, and then we also need an error sound to play if we can't sprint. But let me show you guys. Well, first off, what I want to do is I want to go to my recovery circle here. And I actually want to set the alpha value to be pretty low because it's kind of a pain to look at, to be honest. It's just really in the way. So let's do, how about 50 for the alpha? Yeah. There we go. Oh, it's by default it works. Okay. Good. Okay. And then by default we want this to be not enabled at all. It's not an error sound per se. It's just like a or a like something that's like I can't go, you know? So there's our sprint. There's our error. Reloading. I like that. Now suddenly, like, the urge to always sprint goes away. It's like, it's so weird how certain game mechanics change your whole mentality. So here's a good example. Now the game is going to be really hard, guys, because I was wondering yesterday, I was like, why is this game so easy? And it's because you could just run away. So now all of a sudden, things are tough. Shoot. Yeah, it's much harder now. And we could definitely... Good, okay. Good, okay. I like it. Yeah, so let's actually make the recovery time... Remember the recovery time max. What we could do is we can make that a little bit faster. Sprint time max, I mean. It could be 3 seconds and then you're screwed. You know? Forks and Spoons Productions, welcome. If you're new, feel free to subscribe and hit the notification bell. We spawn in the air because it's always fun. Look how much faster my sprint is now. It's like really scary. Whoa, it's so hard. Oh, I like it. Get out of here, fool. All right. So as you guys can see, the recovery time... Ah, yes, it shouldn't be so fast. So what I'm going to do is the recovery time itself, we can actually divide that by 2. Okay? Actually, it's right here. Yes. Divide that by 2. So that it recovers slower than the actual sprint. So that makes it even harder. Let's see here. It's much harder now. Recovery is slow. Come on. It's way harder, which is great. But I feel like that was actually pretty good. That was what I wanted. And I just lost half of my health because of just 3 enemies. So things are a lot more scary now because you can see all the enemy types are standing right here. And if I make them pace around, which is what we're going to work on next, I believe, if we make them pace around and sort of patrol the area, it's going to be so much harder. So now I can't just race through. Let's try it out. If I were a player and I was like, oh, I'm just going to race through those guys, what would happen? I'm screwed, absolutely screwed. Yeah. Yep, you're dead. That's exactly what we wanted. Can we get a round of applause to me for doing a good job? Parthajit, that is a little too sophisticated. You said make it so that when you run backwards, you're slower. That is a little too sophisticated for Thomas here. I'm not sure I could do that. All right, guys, we're going to figure out. This is going to be fun. Whew, I'm not looking forward to this. Let's see if we can do something else. I got a list of things I wanted to accomplish today. Sprint limit, we just fixed that. Attack sound for enemies. We could do drone enemies. The patrolling sounds like, this is the one it seems too hard, but I've done it before. And I remember it being really, really hard. Not really, really hard, just hard. So, first off, the first thing I want to do is... Oh, I've done this before. Let's type in on Google, see if we can find a script. Patrolling AI, Unity. Let's watch this video.
The first thing we want to do is add our variables. I'm going to have two public variables. The first one's going to be that transform array for our waypoints.
Waypoints, okay.
And then the second one is going to be an int, and this is going to be speed. And the reason I'm making this public instead of private is so that way you can use the same script but have AI act differently. The first thing we want to do is add our variables. I'm going to have two public variables. The first one's going to be that transform array for our waypoints. And then the second one is going to be an int, and this is going to be speed. And the reason I'm making this public instead of private is so that way you can use the same script but have AI act differently. So you can attach this onto an AI that you want walking between waypoints.
I appreciate the free content. Come on, I get it.
And then the next one is going to be a float, and we're going to use this float to keep track of the distance between the AI and the current waypoint. Transform to be looking at that waypoint. So I'm going to do transform.lookAt waypoints function, and then we're going to multiply it by our speed, and then we'll multiply void, add to our waypoint index, length, and this is checking if our waypoint index is greater than or equal to the array of our waypoints. If it is out of that range,
wrong. That's not actual AI. Let's see here. Making an agent patrol between a set of points. Thank you. Okay, Unity manual. Always go to the Unity manual first. Let's take a look here, guys. Many games feature NPCs that patrol automatically, blah, 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 blah. Nav mesh agent. First thing I want to do is just figure out how to make a patrol to a single point. Okay? Public transform points. I honestly just want them to patrol randomly. I don't want them to go to specific points. So, yeah, I don't know. Oh, yeah. So what I was thinking is they're not gonna just run into a wall. They're gonna find a way around the wall. I like that. That's fun. Okay. So I'm feeling on fire today, so I'm gonna figure this out here. Destination point. I don't need all this math. I get it. I just need to know agent a path. Go to next point. What's this? What's that? Agent.destination. There it is. All right. That's what we needed. Okay, so we're gonna close out all this crap here. There's a lot in my. What is that? No, I don't need that. Keith, we're already using a nav mesh, but you are correct. You are correct. Let's go to our, let's see here. We're gonna start with just one walker, okay? So we're gonna disable all of those, and all we're gonna do is go to this one here, and you can see we have a script called sample enemy here. Now, current state is AI following. If following, then do all this crap here. If not, else stand still or stop it. Stand still or patrol, right? If patrol is true, it's gonna patrol. Boop. See that? That doesn't. None of these exist yet, which is totally fine. The rest of this stuff I can figure out. So, points 0 dot transform dot position. Now, no. Now what's this? Okay, we're gonna make that 0. Points is gonna be. What variable type is points? Let's take a look. Variable type of points is a transform value. Okay. Good. Yeah, let's see here. Yep, okay. Now, we're going to call this header, and then it's going to be movement. Okay. And now we have this, right? And then we're also going to have patrol. Public. That doesn't need to be public, and this doesn't need to be public either. This needs to be a serialized field. Remember, guys, serialized fields are going to enable private values, which this is private by default, to be shown in the inspector. Okay, this is going to be serialized as well. That's going to be points. Okay, and this is going to. What am I doing here? This is Boolean patrol. See that? And this is going to be called patrol points. Okay. Transform locations for enemy to patrol to. Okay. Now, what I want to do is actually go to private. Create a private. No, it's a void start. And what's going to happen is patrol point. Just for now, patrol point 0 is going to be set to, can I do that? Can I set it to new vector 2 and 0, 1? Can I do that? Yep. Okay, it's actually a vector 3, I believe. Or does it need to be new transform? Yeah, there we go. Huh? Let's see here. Position, scale. Ooh, wow. So transform values have a lot of stuff associated with them. So this is just going to be new. This is going to be vector 3.0. And this is going to be the scale, which is going to be vector 3.1, which, you know, whatever. These don't even matter. What matters is this one here, which is going to be new vector 3. For now, it's just going to be this. I kind of want these to be set up automatically. Let's see here. So something's going on here. Hold on. Let's figure this out. I've never done something like this before. Hold on. The name N transform does not exist in the current context. What? Sorry, I'm trying to figure this out, guys. Crap. Wait. What is happening? New transform. New vector 3. What am I doing wrong here, guys? Transform does not contain a constructor that takes 3 arguments. Position, rotation, and scale of an object. What? What am I doing wrong? Somebody tell me. I don't want to assign the object's transform value. I want to... Okay, so this is wrong. And by the way, I don't want to create... I was going to create 3 objects, 3 empty game objects, and use those to position. I don't really want to do that. Because I kind of want it to be automated. I just want to be able to drag my enemy and be done. Now, I will say it would be nice, now that I'm thinking about it. It would be nice. But for now, we're just going to have patrol points. This is going to actually be vector 3. There we go. So it's just going to be a vector 3, patrol points. These are going to be set up randomly in sort of a triangle shape for every enemy. Okay? What do you think here? Yeah. This is going to be probably... This is going to work. So this should do it right here. There we go. That's much cleaner. We don't need all that crap. All right, so this is just what we're going to do to start. Well, again, just because something is public doesn't mean that's how you get it to be assigned in the inspector. I would highly recommend all of you make your variables private and serialize them. If you don't need something to be public, don't. If the only reason you're making something public is you want it to show up in the inspector, you should really serialize a private variable. Okay, so this is great. And now, patrol points 0. So what we're going to do is transform.position.x. This is going to be interesting, guys. Transform.position.y. And then transform position.z. Okay. Now, I want to take the forward direction. Yes, okay. Patrol point 0, all it's going to be is actually this. Transform.forward times 2. I think that'll do it. So it's going to be forward. Right? Let's see here. Yeah, it's just gonna translate it. Okay. What does private and serialized field do to that public? No, it doesn't make it public. It just makes it shown in the inspector. That's all it does. Okay, so I think that's all that's gonna do. So let's take a look here, and we're gonna put that enemy. This is so much fun. I'm having a good time today. For some reason, this is fun for me. It's weird how certain pieces of code are fun. I would say that the things that are fun for me are usually the things I understand. So that makes sense. So in theory, the patrol position should do that. So all it's going to change is that Z value to 31.82, something like that. Okay. So let's go ahead and take a look here. If we go to the sample enemy, you can see down here, we have, where the F is it? Hold on. There should be a patrolling. Let's double check here. There should be a movement variable. Okay. Let's take a look here and see if there's a movement variable. What? What? Where is my movement variable? Oh, we got an error. That's why, you mother effer. Let's take a look here. Agent.destination equals patrol points. There we go. This is going to be fun, guys. So in theory, he should patrol to this location. Now the question is also, shoot. Yeah. Well, let's just double check one thing first. And by the way, guys, the reason I'm creating the patrol, there it is. The patrol point is going to get set up on start. The reason I'm doing that and not laying them out manually would be cool if we were like in an interior and you wanted to sort of position it in a hallway. That would be really cool. But I want this to work out of the box. I don't want to do much work. I want to be able to put like 100 enemies in the scene, and I don't want to even have to touch a single one of them, and it just works. So let's hit play and take a look at that position. Did it get set up properly? Patrol points, no. We need to do add. Patrol points dot add. Is that, how do you add to a push? What is it? How do you add to a array? Does anybody remember this? Set value. For 0. I think that's it. Let's take a look again. I could be doing this wrong. Let's see here. Okay, patrol points. All right, it's not being added. How do we do that? Add is only for lists. Use list. You can't add to an array. Use list. Well, let's predefine it then. There we go. 3 patrol points. No more, no less. That's fine with me. Yes, I agree, guys. List would be cooler. But let's just get this done. The reason I'm saying that is because I don't want to be humiliated because I have no idea what you're talking about. Let's take a look here. Okay, good. 002, is that incorrect? That's incorrect. Okay. So what we need to do is we need to take the current position, transform.position, and then can you add to it, transform.forward times 2? Can we do that? I think that'll do it. Is that correct, guys? Let's take a look. Let's hit play again. There we go. 18.74. Yep. Correct. And it's getting added 2 points. All right. Sweet. Now, the next thing I want to do is actually change this. If current state equals AI following, I don't want to do that. What I want to do is actually if following and controller does not equal null. Now, following doesn't exist, right? But if following does exist, let's see here. AI state following. AI state. What is that? Unity Engine AI. Okay. Following what? Let's see if there's multiple states for our AI. Let's see if we can see it in here. State. Nope. Sorry, guys. Agent.destination equals points. Let's take a look here. There we go. So really, this, I don't see why this is relevant here. Honestly. Yes, okay. Good. Ha ha ha. Okay, very good. Right here is where we really need that condition. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. If, so this is really where the condition should be. If follow player, or no. What is it? If follow, or here's what we're gonna do. Follow transform. If that's not null, then, you know, agent destination is gonna be follow. Copy that. Follow. Sorry, I'm not making sense right now. Follow transform. Dot transform dot position. Yep. Okay. Else. Let's see here. Then down here, we're gonna say agent dot destination equals. Excuse me. What is going on here? Agent dot destination equals transform dot position. Agent is stopped equals true. I see. Okay, we're gonna figure this out together, guys. Let's see here. Agent dot is stopped. Okay. All right, I think I got it, guys. I think I got it. Let's give this a shot here. Give me just a sec. I know I'm not talking much because I sort of thinking this through here. There's multiple conditions being set. So agent.destination. If follow transform, then follow transform dot position. Good, okay. So let's go up here. Let's make a serialized field. The transform is going to be we're going to create a transform, and it's going to be called follow transform. Okay, so it's currently null, but the moment the player steps into the collider, the trigger area, then we're gonna set follow transform to be the character. Okay. So where this occurs, let's see here. AI state is following. Interesting. Okay, good. Good. All right. Yeah. Sorry, guys. Let's see here. Let's go back to our Unity here. And we're going to go to our enemy script. This is the base script. So we were working into the one that was being extended to this one, if that makes sense. And you can see here that if we actually, on trigger enter, follow player is true. Okay. And that's being set up down here. Yep. Right here. Whoops. All right. All right. So this variable is going to be a little bit different. So let's see here. So we're going to create a public override, actually. Public void override. What am I doing here? Is it right here? There we go. Public override void follow player. It's going to actually occur here, and we're just going to set what's going on here? Why is that doing that? Why? Why can't I override it? Bool follow player, blah, blah, blah. I don't know, actually. Let's see here. Let's see here. I guess we could technically just do something like this. Let's see here. We could do something like, let's see here. I see. So why can't I do an override for follow player inside of this sample enemy here? Why can't I do an override? Follow player, boolean, follow player. I don't know why. The modifier override is not valid for this item. Method must have a return type. Huh, really? Does anybody know what's going on there? You need to have the parameter. Bool follow player equals true. Really? Let's take a look. Is that what it is? No, it's not the parameter. For some reason, I can't override it. Parent class should be virtual. How do you do that? Virtual public public void? Let's see here. Is that it? I think that'll do it. Let's take a look. Nope. Add void. Okay. So far, so good. Okay. So specifically for this sample enemy here, by default, the AI state is going to be look at this. I think I get it, actually. So I thought AI state was actually part of the Unity AI system, but it looks like it's not. It's actually part of AJ's system here. And all it is an enum. And AJ is the coder of this game. But I'm the coder now, I guess. I'm taking his game kit. So we can actually create a patrolling state. I like that. Patrolling here. Let's see here. Good, okay. Now, by default, the question is, by default, can you set it to patrolling? Oh, I like that. Okay. All right. So I don't think we need this. Okay. So if current AI state equals following or patrolling, then we can start this whole movement thing. Okay. This is interesting. I like this. Okay, so we can basically have both of these occur, all right? Now we actually, whoops, this is patrolling. There we go. So now down here, if, yes. All right, so if we go to AI state dot, if we are following, we're gonna follow the follow transform. Else if, wait, what's going on here? Why? If AI state dot following equals, let's take a look here. Current state, okay. if current state equals AI state following, good. Else if it's patrolling, I like it. Then go to the patrol points. I like that. Now, follow transform isn't determined. What I'm going to do is I'm going to say if follow transform is null, aka if we don't have it, then aka if follow transform is false, with that little exclamation mark here, that's what that means. Then if that's true, then follow transform is all it's going to, what am I doing here? Thomas. Follow transform is going to equal game manager or controller. Can we do player controller? Whoops. Let's see here. Controller. Yep. Dot transform. I think that's yeah. And now look at this. Now we can actually change this from controller.transform to a position to, oh man, what am I doing here? Let's see here. We can make this follow transform. Okay. Down here, what we would do is set this to follow transform equals controller.transform. Good. So it's going to follow. There we go. Let's see here now. Good. Let's see here. Where's agent destination being set? Okay, so we can actually set agent destination. Agent.destination. We can actually set it right here to what is it? Oh man, I'm getting there. Follow transform. There we go. Okay. Dot transform dot position. Good. So the only thing that's being set inside of these conditions, guys, is follow transform. Okay. So interesting. Oh, crap. It needs to be a transform value. Mother effer. So it does need to be a transform value, which sucks. Oh, I think I got it. Okay, patrol points needs to be, this officially needs to be a transform value. Okay. All right. I guess what we would do is we would say if patrol points, we're gonna have 3 patrol points and they're gonna be actual game objects. Let's just set these by hand first and then we'll set it up later. I'm getting really confused here. So we're gonna set these up by hand first, okay? So we're gonna have 3 patrol points. And so now, follow transform equals patrol points 0. Let's see here. So why is that doing that? Let's take a look. Yes, it needs to be an array. Does that fix it? Still doesn't. Why is that? Cannot convert transform to unity vector 3. Yes, dot transform. Dot position. Okay. So that should do it. So what that means is we need 3 game objects. Excuse me. We need 3 game objects inside of Unity. All right. Or inside of the Walker. So what we could do is instead of this being super complicated, what we can do is we could just create a prefab and it's going to be called destination points or patrol destination points. So what we can do is actually go inside of Walker Father here. This is our Walker. Now, the problem is these are going to be local. I don't like that. Thoria TV says, stop and think for a second. LOL, you need an array of game objects, and then you need to get the transform of each object in the array. Or actually just create an empty object here. What I'm going to probably do is actually set these, their parent. Let's see here. I'm trying to think here. Destination 1. Let's just do it this way for destination 2. Unless I'm missing something of what you said, that's what we're going to do here. We're going to create an empty here. This is going to be called destinations. Good. Zero it out. And then put all 3 of these inside of destinations. And we're going to create a prefab out of this. Hello, AJ Tech. Welcome, welcome. AJ is with us, guys. AJ is the coder of the game. AJ, what we're doing today is we're actually creating some patrolling positions for our AI. Okay, so we have our destinations here. I would prefer to get the transform values and then delete the game object. You know what I mean? I don't really know if it matters that I have game objects here, because all I've got attached to these game objects is transform. What I mean is if I have 300 enemies on the screen, is this going to make it any more complicated having these 3 game objects? Probably not. What I could do is actually just set these destinations. I could go, hey, one over here. Be cool if you patrol over here. And then if you could, me to do to save myself. What am I doing wrong? All right, so we've got these destination points here. This actually doesn't even need to be there. Right now, I just want them to patrol to position 1, okay? So now what we could do is we actually go into our... This is what I was saying when you could just drag the game object into the transform value. There we go. Boop. So we have these 3 values here. Hello, Paul. How are you? So we have these 3 patrol points. Now, hopefully, if the current state is set to patrolling, so actually, you want to know something? We don't even need this Boolean patrol anymore. I believe we could just set, maybe I'm wrong here, AJ. I believe we could just set the patrol value, or the current state to patrolling, for all of the walkers here. And it should, this is the theory, it should just, let me think here. Yeah, it should simply just run to destination 1. It's because of some condition that's not being set. Patrolling is true. All right. So I believe it's this condition here. What is injury radius? Let's take a look here. Injury radius. Huh. Okay. Agent something was false. Good, 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 good. Yeah, I don't know what that value is. Let's take a look. Distance equals transformed at position and then follow transform position. So if it's like greater than or equal to the injury radius, I don't really know what that does. All right, let's see here. All right. Agent at destination. Good, good, good. Let's see here. Let's take a look. Let's go to our walker here and see what's going on. I believe, did the patrol value get set? Maybe it got reset. Let's take a look. No, it's set to patrolling. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I'm not sure what that injury radius does. It looks like the follow transform is not being set for some reason. If we set it, let's just double check. If I set it by default to this destination here, he still doesn't run. Okay. So let's see here. think it's a little more complicated than that. Excuse me, guys. Agent is stopped equals false. Now, what if I run into him? Let's take a look. All right, he doesn't see me. Okay. All right. So, for some reason, it's not working at all. Let's see here. Follow agent destination equals. There we go. We're gonna remove that. Follow transform equals controller.transform. So I think the first thing I want to do is just double check something here. What I want to do is make sure my follow transform value is being set to controller, because it doesn't look like it's being set at all, because it should be set right here, but it's not. You know, that's what's confusing. Yeah. There it is right there. Okay, well, that's good. That's something else. Let's hit play here. Take a look. So it's not being set for some reason, and I don't know why. Let's see here. So the follow transform value. Okay. Follow transform equals controller.transform. Yeah, I'm unsure why that's not working. Even if I set it to the player, well, let's take a look here. Yeah, for some reason, follow transform is not being set, and that's just strange to me. That's so strange to me. Follow transform because control.transform. Yeah, it's not being set. What happens if I do it in the update? You know, it should work in the update. Follow transform equals, because it could be that it's just not finding it on start. So that could be it too. I'm not quite sure. Is it play here? Yeah, look, it's not even being set. Isn't that crazy? I wonder why. Is controller a game object? Well, I mean, it doesn't even matter. It should be set. Well. Well. Agent at destination goes follow transfer. Yeah, it should be setting it. Should be setting it. Isn't that interesting, guys? How strange. Why is that happening? I do not know. Do I have an error? Let's double check something here. What error do I have? Okay, we have an error. Duh. All right. Controller.transform doesn't exist. Why is that? Let's take a look here. Okay. That's why. So controller here is not being set. It should, though. Huh. What? Let's take a look again. Okay, so we're getting some issues here. It started here. Okay, that's one of them. So for some reason, it's unable to find controller. That's the issue. Let's make enemy protected player controller. Yeah, let's debug log. I mean, I wonder if I could make this serialized so I could see it in the... Can I do that? I can. Let's see if we can see it in the inspector. All right. So we go to our enemy here. We should be able to see the controller. Okay, so look, it's not finding the controller for some reason. Isn't that weird? Why on earth is that happening? It can't find the controller. Huh. What? That's so strange. That's very strange. Any ideas, AJ? I think you're asking me. That's not an if statement. There's no. This isn't an if statement. That's what's running after the condition. Yeah, it's so weird because it's like totally working. I'm gonna go back in time for everything. Here we go. Let's go back in time. Yay. We're gonna go all the way back in time. We're gonna see if we can fix this. We're not trying to access the controller. We're not trying to access the... Ah, yes. So we got a lot of issues here. For some reason, controller is null, and I don't know why controller is null. So we're good here. We're going to save that out, and then we also need to go back in time for this as well. Okay? So in theory, that should fix everything. At least get us back to where it was working, right? So let's hit play. And see if our buddy here... There he goes, okay. So he's following us now. Good. Okay, good. So, now, let's go to our enemy here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna serialize the controller field here. I don't know why. It's one of those things where it's like, you get so sort of caught up in the weeds of figuring something out that you break something and you can't figure out why. So we're going to take a look here and see why, or if the controller is actually being found now. Okay, so the way we're going to tell is we can actually see this now. Is the player controller being found? It is. So for some reason it wasn't, and I can't tell you why. Now the next thing I want to do is we're going to go back in time and pretend. All right, good. So we have idle, we have following, and then we're also going to have patrolling. So instead of being a moron and writing a ton of scripts here and then testing it, we're going to go step by step and see what's happening here. So we're going to go back to the beginning and just double check that if I set, if I set it to patrolling, do we have an issue with controller now? Let's take a look. Nope, good. Okay. So now we've got this patrolling state, which is great. Let's see here. Follow player. If it's idle, if it's following. Ah, yes, okay. All right, good. Good. Okay. All right, now let's go all the way over here. And by the way, AJ, if you're still in the chat, yesterday we created a attack box as opposed to having it scripted, and that attack box appears in an animation. So every time he swipes his hand, the attack box appears. or it's a hurt box really. And then it hurts the player. Okay, let's see here. Now. This right here is interesting. We need to find out when this is occurring, because I actually don't know what this does. What the injury radius is. Is there a actual script or a comment here what the injury radius is? Injury radius. Huh. Injury rate. Ah. The injury radius isn't even relevant anymore for this particular enemy type. Injury delay, I don't really feel like that's relevant either. I'm going to remove those and see what happens, okay? So this condition here, injury radius, remove that. Oh, interesting. So the injury radius, what that is, it looks like what it is, I don't know. I don't know what the injury radius is here. Let's take a look. It seems to be... Huh. I don't know. Injury. I don't know what that means. Is it attack radius? That's really what it is? I think that's what that is attack radius. An attack timeout, an attack delay. Is that correct, AJ? Are you still in the chat, buddy? It's okay if AJ's not. I don't expect that of him. He's all the way across the world. Yeah, I think it's actually... Really, it's attack radius. That's I believe that's what that is. So it's not really player injury, it's more attack. Let's rename it just for my sanity and see if this actually... What I like to see is if I change a variable name, does it all of a sudden click? Let's see here. By the way, guys, there are no promo codes available for today for my online course, fulltimegamedev.com. Just wanted to let you know, let's see here. You can still download my 2D game kit, though, and that's totally free. So click below if you want to grab that. All right, so I think that that's what that is. Attack radius and then attack timeout. Okay. I think it works now. It makes more sense now. So, if it's greater than the attack radius, I see. Then do all this cool stuff. All right. Which makes sense. You know, he's going to run to his destination, all that cool stuff. But if it's smaller than the attack radius, he's going to start attacking, right? Ha! Okay. So that kind of makes sense. Is that what you can do? You can right click and do rename. Interesting. That's kind of cool. Attack poop. Oh, that's so cool. Thank you. That was really cool. Thank you, Jacob. That's awesome. Right click, rename. Man, I learn something new every day from you guys. Radius. Attack radius. Good. So that should do it. Let's make sure that didn't break anything. It shouldn't have, but let's hit play here and double check. Okay, looks like we've got an error here. Radius of injury. So that's gonna draw a gizmo. Okay. Ryder Studios, what tips do you have to get seen as a game dev YouTuber? And there's a lot of tips, but the one I'll mention is find a YouTuber with 5,000 subscribers more than you. Do a collab. and snag some subscribers that way. And then you just keep climbing up the ladder. Okay, it doesn't work anymore. Ah, yes, it's because everything got reset here. Attack delay, we're going to do 1 second. Attack radius is going to be... Ah, yes, okay. So it's something like that is when he's going to start attacking you. Let's double check. Son of a bee. Hold on. What? So strange. Now everything's broken again. Let's go back in time, guys. Isn't that weird? And it sucks because now I don't know what those original values were. We're gonna double check something here, guys. Okay, hold on. Sorry, this is a little bit more complicated than I thought. Injury delay. Let's double check something here. Oh, son of a... What? Why aren't you following me, my friend? Let's go to the other one. Are there other prefabs here that I can figure out here? It looks like they're all being set. Shoot. So for some reason, we've got an issue, guys. The sphere collider is pretty big. So what the F is going on? We're gonna delete this one just to be sure. I want to make sure I didn't make any changes to that are incorrect. Okay, we have this enemy here. Let's set it to idle. Try again. There he goes. Okay. So if it's set to patrolling, then suddenly it doesn't work. I know why. Okay. I've got this, guys. I've got this. We're gonna figure it out together. All right. The reason why is because in the enemy script here, look at this. This is when follow player is being set up. If follow player equals true, if current state is idle or current state equals AI state dot patrolling, then set it to following. All right, guys. Pretty cool. Let's double check here. Good. Okay. Now, let's go back to it's set to patrolling. That's good. Now the next question is go back into this and we're gonna go forward in time. So it looks like the issue was well, it was just because patrolling wasn't being set to follow, so that's okay. Radius to attack. All right. Good. Now we figured that out. Back into Unity here. Does it play? Good. Okay, so you can notice he's still running towards me because his attack radius is set to 0. So we want to set that up to be a pretty big like that. 3.79 is fine. Let's double check. Good, okay. So if we get into his attack radius, he'll start attacking. There we go. Good. Okay. Now let's just set that to 4. And then we're going to set this to apply all, meaning it's going to apply to his prefab. Now, okay. So if you could take a look here, if distance is greater than or equal to the attack radius, then, okay, this is great. Okay, this is so great. Finally where we need to be. If, honestly, let's see here. Agent.destination should equal, it should really equal target transform dot position. Okay, So that's what that will do for us. Almost there. My brain is almost there. Target transform dot position should be private void. No, Thomas, come on. Void start. It should be the controller. So target transform equals controller dot transform. Yeah. And obviously you put it up here as well. This is just going to be header. Kind of going back in time here. Follow or references. Okay. And you definitely don't want this to hurt all your other enemy types. So I'm trying to be careful here. Target transform. Oh, sorry. It's going to be transform. All right, there we go. What's going on here? Target transform. Target transform. There we go. Okay. All right. So the target transform is being set to the controller.transform, meaning when we start to follow the player, then the AI destination is going to equal whatever the target transform is. So technically we could make it follow a bird if we wanted to. We could make it follow a rocket if we wanted to, which could be a really fun game mechanic. Like maybe you could shoot rockets and they would actually follow the rocket if like maybe the rocket smelled like flesh or something. So let's take a look here. Make sure everything works. So we've got a null reference here. Oh, it's so interesting. Look at this. So we're getting that same error here. Oh, I love that. So start or awake. What's the order of start and awake? Let's take a look. Order of start and awake. Unity. I think awake comes first and then start. Okay, so and then what's after that? Order of execution of events. Is there a start delay? So I guess I could probably do it in here. Let's take a look. If we go to our enemy here, you could actually set this to awake. Hopefully this won't break anything, right? So there's awake. Yeah. Let's try that. You know, the truth is we're not going to do it that way. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to this target transform. And actually, we're just going to put it inside of the enemy because, honestly, there we go. Honestly, I'm like a public as well. There we go. There we go. So let's see here. This is going to happen actually in enemy. Sorry, I'm not making sense, guys. Just give me a sec. Right here. Boop. Target transform equals controller.transform. Okay. And that's going to be if target transform. Okay, so I just want to see if this works. That's the first thing. If everything works as it should, then I know that we can now change target transform to something else. Okay. Oh, mother effer. Hold on. Oh, no, we're good. Okay. I think. Null reference exception. The variable target transform has not been assigned, which is so strange because it really should right here. Ah, if it's null, then we set it. Okay. Go back into Unity here. Try again. By the way, guys, if you're new to the channel, or maybe you aren't new to the channel and you haven't subscribed and you haven't hit the notification bell, please consider hitting the notification bell. I love hanging out with you guys. The notification bell will tell you when I'm live, and you can come hang out with me. Whether you're working or whether you're, I don't know, maybe you're at home or you're Netflixing and chilling, you can pull out your phone and just hang out with me while I make my games. Okay, it works. Alrighty. So everything works good. So here's the next question. What if... Okay, here we go. Let's try this. hold on. Next thing I want to do is in the actual enemy script here, if follow player, this is going to fire the moment you enter into his collision zone or his like radius of seeing you, right? So what we're going to do is we're actually going to set this to, oh man, you know what? You want to know something? How strange. I think what we want to do is in here. Yes, okay. All right. If AI state is following or if current state equals AI state dot patrolling, then here we go. All right, good, good, good. Now, agent.destination, this is being set to the target transform, okay? So, what this is going to do is he's going to immediately run to whatever the target transform is, okay? So let's take a look here. So that this right off the bat should immediately activate him. That's the theory. It does. Okay, good. All right, so that means he's going to follow whatever his target is. Now, let's go to the script here. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to say this is going to be the patrolling. If current state equals AI state dot patrolling, we're going to set the target transform to be destination 1. Really, it should be destinations 0. Just for now, this is all we're going to do. Dot transform. Dot position. Got it. Actually, that's all we're going to do right there. That's it. Destinations. And this is really going to be patrolling destinations. Okay. Alrighty. Good, good, good. So there, patrolling destinations. Now, patrolling destinations, we could put it inside of the root enemy class, okay? So let's see here. Yep. Do it right here. Public. Whoops. Transform. It's going to be 3 transforms, and these are going to be called patrolling destinations. Okay. All right, let's set these up manually first. Once we get everything working manually, then I can actually have a script that randomizes the patrolling destinations, okay? So, let's go back into our walker here. There we go. And remember these destinations we had a long time ago? What we're going to do is drag those into our patrolling destinations. There they are. We're going to have 3 of those. Drag them in. And, you know, we could have a script that's going to find all those as well and then randomize them. But for now, I'm going to just do it manually. Now, you'll notice that everything got screwed up here. Okay, so let's zero those out. And it's going to push over here. Now, these are going to move, which is a problem. So let's see if we can go to the... What I mean is they're local to the parent, and that's not good. Rename file. There we go. Okay, destinations. Destinations, good. So, what I could do... Give me a sec, guys. Right now, we're going to go to destination or patrolling destinations. 0. We're going to go to the parent transform. This isn't the best way to do this, but you guys know what I'm trying to do here. The parent is null. Okay. What does that mean? It means that even though the enemy's moving around, those destinations are going to remain. Okay, I'm not sure if this is the best way to do this, so we're just going to sort of test it out and see what happens. All right, now we go to our sample enemy here. Hey, that should do it. Let's try it out. So let's see if he starts to run towards, he should really run over here. Okay, let's hit play. I'm going to put the scene view out like that and hit play. You're not running, are you? Did you already run? He already ran. Yay, okay, it works. Let's take a look here. Okay, so there is our enemy here. Watch this. If I set my destination to way down here, here, let's take a look. There he goes. Okay. So my enemies are going to be basically running to these various patrolling locations. Now, if I actually walk into his field of view, what happens? He should start chasing me, but he doesn't. So let's take a look here. If current else, if, and then current state equals, what is it, following? Yep, following. The target transform equals the controller. Okay? Dot transform. I believe that should do it. All right, let's test it out, guys. Woo! Anime Elevate says, Thomas, I bought Neversong for my sister for her birthday, and she loved it. That's awesome. Which platform did you buy it for? All right. There he goes. He's running, he's running, he's running. You can see him right there. So let's run on over to him and see what happens. He should start chasing me right now. There he goes. All right, good. Hey, Thomas wins again. All right, guys. So now I'm going to take this script here and I'm going to do, yes, I'm actually going to take this right here and I'm going to write patrol. Okay. Oops. The reason I'm doing this is so that I can have a nice, beautiful function at the bottom here, and it's going to handle all of this stuff, okay? Really, let me think here. Yeah, yeah, okay, let's go. So let's create a script down here. This is going to be a void patrol. Boop, boop. There we go. So that should work right away. Okay. So let's take a look here. Thank you for sure for the super chat. Okay, that works. So he's just standing there looking creepy. And he's animating good. Okay. All right. All right. So, sorry, I just screamed. What we're going to do is we're going to go between those three values. Okay. So there's going to be some kind of timer. Let me think here. Once they reach a destination, we increment to the next one. We wait 5 seconds. And then we go to that one. And then we go to that one. We go back and forth. So there's going to be some sort of looping that occurs here. Let's see here. Let's see what's in the up. Is not. And the remaining distance is smaller than 0.5. Go to next point. Beautiful. All right. So if agent.path pending, oh, I love it. Go to next point. All that means is patrol point. Patrol point plus equals 1. If patrol point gets greater than patrolling destinations dot length, then patrol point equals 0. Got it? I think you do. Boop. Almost. What's going on here? Something's wrong. Boop. There we go. And then delete. I don't think I need that one. Yep, okay. So patrol point, all it is an integer, okay? I'm going to put it up here. You know, it kind of sucks that this is in here. I'm going to put this... I'm going to put this right here, actually. I'm going to take this whole thing, delete it, and then I'm going to put it inside of the enemy root. Just because all of the patrolling variables are in the enemy root, so I'm going to put this in the enemy root. So patrol point is just a private integer, okay? Which is going to be in the navigation here. It's going to be integer patrol point. By default, it's 0, okay? See that? Y'all ready for some more nose spray? Because I am. Very good. Okay. Let's go back to Unity here, and what should happen is every time they hit a new patrol point, it increments to the next one. But we've got an error here. What's the problem? Patrol is it because it's a... Huh. Yeah, let's see if we probably need to make it public. Maybe try that? I don't know. Right. So, one of you mentioned, who was that? Renaud says, pick a random patrol point. Great idea. Let's see if he does it. First off, let's see if he goes back to his patrol point. He doesn't. We're going to take a look and figure out why. Son of a... Hold on. Let's serialize... Let's serialize patrol point here. Oh my goodness. Let's take a look. So this needs this. Boop. There we go. Boop. There we go. Whoops. Boop. What's going on? Something's wrong. Boop. Boop. There we go. Boop. I don't like how this looks. For some reason, it's not. Ah. There we go. There we go. Patrol point plus equals 1. Now, if the patrol point gets greater than patrolling destinations.length, then patrol point equals 0. So patrol point 1 should plus equal 1. If agent.pathPending and agent remaining distance is smaller than 0.5, yes, okay. Oh, that's why. This needs to be patrol point. There we go. All right. So that's going to be patrol point. Thomas, you can use Pathfinder to make an area which it can patrol. What do you mean? Let's see here. Pathfinder, Unity, Patrol, AI. Let's see here. So we can do it with a set of points. Yeah. Well, I mean, we're already using pathfinding, so I'm not quite sure. What you mean. Huh. I mean, we could definitely just create a wandering. So we could, if we wanted to, we could create a script that will just position the target in random places, and then he'll just patrol. I think that's a cool option that we could do. But for now, we're gonna have those 3 points, and he's just gonna go sort of in a wandering position, or a patrolling position in a loop between the 3. So first off, let's double check what's going on here. Let's see if that works. Hey, look at that. So first off, you'll notice that our destinations, I see. Index out of range. Interesting. So we've got a couple problems here. The first one is, if we go to our start here, we need to make sure that transform.parent.transform.parent equals null. So that's going to send the entire group of patrolling destinations into the root of the hierarchy. Now we're getting a null reference here. Why is that? Let's take a look here. Patrol point 0. So let's take a look here. Patrolling destinations, patrol point is currently set to 0. If agent.path pending and agent remaining distance is smaller than 0.5, patrolling point plus equals 1. Let's take a look and see what's going on here. I want to be able to see patrol point, so I'm going to set patrol point to be serialized. Serialized field. All right, let's double check. Oh, that's cool. So Abdu just gave us a script. I'm going to copy that. And I think what this one is it's sort of going to wander between 3 points, which will be pretty cool. But I'm going to paste that in, and maybe we can use that. Guys, I think it's awesome that you're all helping each other out. So you get a round of applause in the chat. We got another issue here. For some reason we got an error. That's just because I copied and pasted. Save that. Go back into Unity here. All right, let's play. Index out of range. So strange. Let's take a look. Patrol point is set to 3. I see. Haha. So what we need to do is, remember guys, the array is actually starting at 0, so you need to go greater than or equal to the length, and then it gets set back to 0. Okay? How interesting. You know, I'm not sure if this is even going to work. So patrol point, I can imagine, is just going to go, it's going to cycle between 3 over and over and over again. Yeah, there we go. I don't like that. So let's take a look at the script in... Oh, yep. Go to next point if... Yeah, I see. Okay. Auto braking equals false. What is that? Disable auto braking allows for continuous movement between points, i.e. the agent doesn't slow down as it approaches a destination point. I think that's already set to false currently. I go to next point. If points.length equals 0, return agent.destination equals that, and then choose the next point in the array as the destination, cycling to the... Yeah, we could just probably... I think I understand why you sent me that. You want it to be a little bit cleaner. So this is actually patrolling destinations.length. Good. Yeah, okay. And then this one is the patrol point. Huh. Now, the question is, I don't think that's going to fix anything, right? Yeah, I don't think that's going to fix anything. So. Ah. Got it. Got it. So this is what we're going to do. I'm basically just copying and pasting from Unity here. Go to next point, which go to next point is this here. We're going to set this to public.void or public void. Go to next point. Ah, yes. There we go. I think that'll do it. Let's take a look at the script here and see if we're missing anything. Yeah. So I think that'll sort of make him run between different points. Control point is set to 1. Now he's going back. Awesome. He's running around like Luigi. He's going crazy, y'all. He's really living life. Hey, bud. What are you doing? And why are you facing me? I see why you're facing me. Okay, the reason he's facing me is that's awesome. So thank you, Unity, for your wonderful documentation. The reason he's facing me is because if you see here, transform.lookat, lookat is me, yep. So instead of controller.transform.position, this really needs to be what is it? Patrol point? Patrolling destinations? No. What is it called? It's called, son of an F. Hold on. Target transform. There we go. All right. So look at. Why is it doing that? This should just be this. That's all it should be. Well. Oh, I like that actually. Look, we can have it look at the destination, but it's gonna, well, whatever. This is kind of redundant, but I'm gonna keep it the way it is because I think maybe AJ knew what he was doing there. I'm gonna assume AJ knows what he's doing because he is much smarter than I am. All right, let's see if he's doing the right thing here. His head is looking at me, but he's still running. He's going nuts. Whoa, he just flipped. Hey, buddy. How you doing? Okay. So that works great. What I'm going to do is target.transform.position. I'm actually going to make this just my own, or the enemy's transform.position. I think that'll... Let's see here. Let's see if that fixes it. He shouldn't be flipping around like that. He should really be looking and rotating around the y-axis. I think that fixed it. I don't know if you guys could notice, but he was flipping around like crazy. There we go. Good. All right, he's just patrolling around having a good time. And then if I activate you, he chases me. Oh! All right. So that worked pretty good. Cool. All right, so if I set up his 3 destinations to be like all over the place, you know, we could have a destination right here. And you don't need to be super precise about him. He's going to do his best. See if that works. There he goes. He's kind of scary. Okay. Here he comes. There he goes. That's kind of horrifying. I really like it. So it makes things certainly more difficult. There he is. Oh my goodness, stay away. But if you activate him, he's going to start following me. Let's see. All right, good. That's great. So those are my sort of 3 destinations, right? So what we could do, let's see here. We could actually set these up randomly, which I think is what I want to do. Although, to be honest, I kind of want to just not have all these game objects floating around all over the place. So how are we going to do that? Sorry. I got to probably head out here soon. All right, let's set these up. 0, 0, 0. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to have these set up randomly. So what you could do is that you can go like, let's see here. Obviously, we could do a for loop. But I'm not going to do a for loop, okay? I'm going to do a function called set up patrol destinations. It's going to be pretty simplistic here. Nothing too crazy about this, guys. So public void set up Pulic. Actually, it doesn't need to be public. Set up patrol destinations. And then the value that we're well, we don't need to pass through anything actually. First things first, unparent them. Second thing is patrolling destination. Again, we could do a for loop. Yeah, let's just do a for loop. And because I'm a moron, remember guys, it's okay to Google search the most rudimentary things. We're going to do our for loop here. I'm going to copy one from Unity's ridiculously bizarre tutorial. It just looks so broken. I've always been confused by Unity's tutorial website. It's not very, I don't really like it. Okay, so there's our for loop. Integer is going to be smaller than patrolling. So this is just going to cycle through. It's going to cycle through all of our various patrolling locations. You know, but the problem is it's going to be interesting. Basically, I'm going to shoot the patrolling directions in 3 directions. Ah, yes, that's interesting. Okay, so what we can do is we can go patrolling destinations. This is going to be fun. Dot transform. Yes. 0. Yeah. So this one here, his parent is going to rotate around the Y axis. Transform.parent.transform.parent transform.rotate around. Rotate around local. Okay. It's going to rotate around the local Y axis. Let's see here. Is this a function? This is a function. The axis. Okay. So it would be transform, or vector 3.up. So that means it's going to rotate around the up axis, and it's going to shoot those destinations in 3 directions. We'll see if this works. I don't know. Crap. What if he can't get to a location? Son of a bee. Hold on. We're gonna need to do a raycast. First, we're gonna do this, okay? And what's the value? The angle is gonna be, 360 divided by 3, which is 120. Or, if you were really smart, what you would do is you would do 360 divided by patrolling destinations. That length. So it's gonna be just rotate in increments. Yeah. You alright? You okay? Good boy. What am I doing? I can't remember what I'm doing. My brain hurts. Is that even gonna work? Good, okay. And now, obviously, guys, there's gonna be some issues, so we're gonna need to do some ray casting. But what I'm gonna do right here, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go patrolling destinations, whatever the I is, dot transform, dot, can we do translate? Yeah. Well, actually, we could just do forward. This right here is going to be the forward, or the, dot forward. There we go. So it's going to just push each one forward, and I'm going to do it times the variable is going to be patrol randomizer. Patrol location scatter multiplier. Something like that. Let's see here. Destinations. Okay. So it's going to be right here. I'm going to serialize it so that we can, set up a float. Patrol location scatter multiplier. By default, it's going to be like 1. Okay. So what does that mean? I don't know. Let's see here. First off, where's this parentheses getting closed? Yeah. There we go. So here's the theory, guys. When we start up, it's going to rotate the patrolling destination parent object in increments. So in this case, 3 increments. In a full 360 degrees. Each time it makes a rotation increment, it's going to throw one of the children forward. So it should create a triangle. That's the theory. If it does, we're one step closer to setting this up. And a lot of you are probably like, what on earth, Thomas? Why are you doing it this way? And I'm saying, I don't know. I don't really care. So what's happening with this script is it should rotate, rotate, and rotate, and it's going to throw each one of these in that direction. So let's see if it actually did it. 1, 2, and 3. It did neither. It did none. It did nothing. Let's double check here. We got an error. Let's double check again. No reference exception. Object reference not set to an instance of an object. Which one? Huh? Rotate around. Transform.parent.transform.parent.transform. Ah, yes. Transform.parent.transform. Ah, yes. Okay, Thomas, don't be an idiot. Yes, okay. That should do it. Let's try again. We were going up 2 sets of parents, which is ridiculous because the parent of that destination object is nothing. Okay, we got another error. We got plenty of beautiful errors. Let's take a look at another one here. Well, first off, why don't we just do this for clarity here? We're going to transform equals, or transform patrolling destinations parent. Yeah, it's not gonna work until it doesn't work. So let's wait for it not to work before I change it. Patrolling destination parent equals patrolling destination 0 transform.parent.transform. There we go. Now all I gotta do is this. So we just go patrolling destination parent dot parent equals null. And now, hopefully I can just do this. Patrolling destinations, rotate around. Okay, so this isn't working for some reason. Transform does not contain a definition for rotate around local. Oh, it's because there's no local. That's why. Let's see here. Patrolling destinations is a transform. So for some reason, why can't I do that? Dot position? Can I do position? Hold on. Let's double check something here. I'm going to copy all this. For some reason, I'm getting an issue here. Patrolling destinations, parent. Dot rotate around. There it is. I see. And then this is patrolling destinations. Rotate around. Yes, okay. Yep, vector 3 dot up. Okay. There we go. So we're getting an issue here. I don't know why we're getting green lines like this. Let's see here. Use.transform.rotate instead. Oh, it looks like it's obsolete. Thomas. Interesting. Let's take a look. Well, obviously this is a little bit redundant here. So we're going to do patrolling destinations parent dot forward. Good. Times patrol location scatter multiplier, which the scatter multiplier is 1. Jeremy. That's right. All right, let's try this out, guys. Let's hit play. All right. There we go. What did I tell you? Now he's running in a nice little triangle. There he goes. Look at him. He's just having a good time. All right. So, I guess in theory, we don't even need these destination transform values because you could actually just do this with just regular transform values that have nothing to do with a game object. So we might try that after we figure this out. But if I set my scatter multiplier to something like patrol location scatter, if we make it like 10, what's going to happen is he's going to run somewhere and he's never going to get there. Look at that. Do I need to make it bigger? Let's take a look. Huh. I probably need to make it bigger. But he's having a good time. He's going nuts. He's having a good time. Ricky, that's awesome. Brink 2011 said, Thomas, what if he runs into a cliff? That's a great thought. If he runs into a cliff, what I think I'm going to do is either have a raycast that checks, and if it hits the cliff, then it actually pulls that one object closer. I think that's probably what I'll do. Yeah. So let's set the scatter multiplier to something a little bit crazier. you know, if we made it 100, and guys, why am I doing this? Why am I doing it this way? Well, it's because I could do it manually, and that sounds fun. But I don't want to do it manually. So there he goes. Oh, he found me. Look, 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 look. It automatically gets set. That's awesome. There he goes. Buddy, where are you going? Here he comes, here he comes. He's insane. How terrifying. Where are you going? He's completely lost. He's lost. I mean, I kind of like it. And then he should follow me now. Okay. How fun. Yanis says, Thomas, we have no idea what you're effing doing. So what I did was I just created 3 patrolling locations. Destination 1, 2, and 3. Right now, they're currently set up in the 0 position. Now, that script I created, what it does is it spins around this destination's prefab in a direction of 3. Like that. 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. And then what it does, the reason it's spinning is so that we can throw these destinations forward. So it gets thrown here, 1 gets thrown over here, and then 1 gets thrown over here, creating a triangle. Now the enemy is going to run to each location. That's all it's doing. Now I'm unsure what he was just doing, because to be honest, I just expected him to run into a rock and then he's stuck. But I think Unity, for some reason, it's got a little timer in there that's like if he hits a rock and there's no path, he's just going to go to the next one. I mean, I don't know. So yeah. Honestly, I have no idea. So if I set the it not to 100, but something like 50, let's take a look. Whoa, buddy. What's wrong with you? That was weird. He got stuck. I don't like that he got stuck. Do you guys like that? Because I don't like it. Patrol. Location, scatter, multiplier, 50. Look at him, he's stuck. I don't get it. Let's take a look at his destinations and see what's going on. Destination 1, Destination 2, Destination 3. There's 3. There's 2. How strange. And then Destination 1 is way over here. Oh my goodness, if it's underground, he gets confused. I don't like that. I don't like that, guys. Where are you, buddy? Where is he? So that's so strange. He gets stuck. Where is he? He just ran far away. You know, that really sucks, honestly. It does make me wonder if here's a good question. If I put this way up here, like if I had him go way high, like way above the map, what happens then? Looks like I would need to... Interesting. So he doesn't even know where to go. So in a way, I kind of need to raycast down, which really sucks. I mean, this is just... I just hate this. But let's just double check, though. Let's be stupid here and add a rigid body and then a box collider. Okay? Just to test this out. We're going to see what happens. Okay? The reason why is it's going to fall down. Okay? If it works this way, then we know what's going on. Let's hit play. There they go. They're going to fall. He... Okay, he's stuck again. Wait, whoa, whoa, whoa. Son of a bee. This is 0 here. Yeah, I couldn't tell you guys. Let's go up pretty high here, see what happens. That's interesting. It was working and now it's not, you know? Isn't that weird? It's like he's lost or something. It's like he's saying there's no Thomas. He's saying there's no path forward. So let's do a raycast. So raycast, physics, raycast, Unity. Unless I'm missing something here, guys. Does anybody have any other ideas? No, he's not hitting some kind of collision. What he's doing is yeah. You know, we could probably just do a raycast. I don't see why we couldn't just do a raycast. Or we could do, you know, find a random point on nav mesh. How to get a random point on nav mesh. Interesting. Sorry, guys. I think found something here. Sample position. Apparently there's a sample position script. This is interesting. We're going to close out all this for a sec. Man, Thomas, you're a moron. We're going to try this. Random direction plus equals transform.position. Well, what is that? It's a, yes. I found this script online, so we're going to see if we could use it. Walk radius. I don't know what that is. Oh, yeah. Interesting. We could create a new variable called walk radius. I like this. This is so interesting. It's like, apparently Unity already has all this stuff for us, you know? So walk radius, we could, what's this value? Let's see here. I don't know what that one is. Let's take a look here. Area mask. 1. I don't know. Random direction is plus equals transform.position. Okay. What? Okay. So, final position. So what this is going to do is this is going to find just a random position. So he's not going to patrol between various locations. He's going to just do a random. So what we could do if we really wanted to is we could have, if we want to do a very specific patrolling, let's say we want him to patrol through a hallway, we could do that with these points. Or if we're out on like terrain, he could just sort of randomly run around. Which I think that's what this is here. Okay, final position. Good, good, good. Sorry, guys. One sec here. Ah! This script is actually going to be inside of my... Yeah, there we go. Go to next point here. Yep. So I'm going to do this. There we go. We're just going to put this here. We're getting there. Hold on. Sorry, my brain is starting to fry. Agent.destination equals patrolling destination. Patrol point at position. Okay. So that's just gonna, this is all we're gonna do here is final position. Try that. And then, yep, you cycle through. Crap. I think I know what I'm doing here. I got it. Go back to our sample enemy here. So what we're doing in the enemy script here is we're going to set up these 3 points. Okay. All right. Okay. Got it. Okay. So we're going to copy this script here. Put it right here. Then we're going to do this. Yep. Okay. Put that inside of the for loop. Yep. And destinations I equals hit dot position. Dot position equals hit dot position. Okay. I think that'll do it. So all we're doing is setting up these 3 positions, hopefully using the script here, finding random locations based on a radius. So let's double check something here. We're gonna go to navigation and make sure it should be 1. Let's take a look here. Areas. Walkable is 1. Or built-in 0. Yeah, I think that's fine. Let's double check here. So we go to our walker here. And all we do is we set this walk radius to something like 5. Let's hit play. He's going nuts. So something's happening. I like it. Destination 1. Look at all these cool destinations. Sweet. So, what? Oh, it's because the rigid bodies. Remove the rigid bodies and the colliders. Destination, set this to 0. Let's hit play again. He's running. He's running. Good. Okay. So that worked, apparently. All right, let's set it up to a higher value. Walk radius we could set to 20. Let's see what happens. It's working. Good. So we have these 3 locations that got set up randomly. See that? So one there, and one there. That's awesome. Well, thank you to Valkyrie X on Unity's website. Or the answers.unity.com. If we set it up to 150, what happens? Basically, it's going to find random points on our nav mesh. which is super cool. Look at him. He's just going nuts. Where are you? He's somewhere. He's like running through the woods. What? Where are you, bro? How did you get up there? It's kind of awesome. Oh, he's just everywhere. Where are you? I mean, that's kind of scary that they can run through the woods. Oh my word. There he is. Let's go follow him. Dude, where are you going? All right. So that's kind of fun, isn't it? In a weird way. Now, the question is, I think, let's go to our navigation here. It looks like the navigation basically is saying, let's see here. So sometimes he can actually go up certain areas, and he's finding those areas. So what I need to do is, I need to set the, max slope. It needs to be something like pretty small. So let's lower it and hit apply. Or bake. Hopefully it'll build it pretty quick here. Does that make sense what's going on, guys? Those points, they're finding that equation that we wrote is it basically finds an area that he can run to. So let's see here. Did that change it? Did that fix it? I think it fixed it. So now he can't run, very far. I think. Yeah, okay. So he should really be only to, yeah, I think that fixed it. Let's double check. I love the idea of him being able to run through the woods. I love that, but I'm the kind of guy who I don't like things to be cool. I'd rather them work, because if they work, then I can make them cool later. So where did our buddy go? He's gone. He's not running anymore. Stupid. Let's double check something here. What are you doing, bro? How strange. Yeah. I don't like it. Something's wrong. Let's see where destination 1, 2, and 3 went. So if there's no path, if he can't, okay, so look at that. It's throwing us in weird spots. Interesting. Okay. So if there's nowhere he can go, he's not going to go. That sucks. I was really hoping that it would be able to just determine, okay, I can't go there, so I'm not going to go there. But, that's a pretty far... It's pretty far. So maybe we could do this. I don't know. Let's see here. If it's not 150, what could we do? Like 80, maybe? Maybe that'll be a little bit easier for him. Destination 1. Okay, that got thrown up there. Destination 2 got thrown here. He can't get there, so he's not going to try and get there. But if Destination 1 is in the wrong spot, he's not even going to try any of them. There he goes. Yep. Well, well, well. Well, well, well. Yeah, so it's creating these values based on it's creating them based on this here, But the problem is that he's not going to go anywhere if he can't get there. Which really sucks, you know? So kind of wish that if he couldn't get somewhere, it would just be removed. Is that possible? Yeah, whatever. I don't know, guys. I appreciate you hanging out, though. Let's see here. Yeah, we're going to need to figure this out. Basically, I want him to find... You really have to find a location that he can actually run to, you know? And that's the thing is, I'm not sure how to do that. Yeah, there should be a way. That really sucks. We were so close. No, I don't want to keep everything static. I appreciate the idea, but that's just not what I want to do. I want it to be random. You should be able to pre-compute if the enemy can go there. That's a good question. Makai? Yeah, well, maybe what we could do is in the for loop. I'm sorry I keep coughing, guys. In the for loop, basically we say like we find out this sample position and we say, is this a valid destination? If it's not, do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Yeah. Yeah. The question is, how do you test? Find if nav mesh position is valid or not. Calculate path, nav mesh agent. Okay. Use navmesh.calculate path to calculate a path between the source and the destination points. This happens synchronously, so you can get the path back immediately. And you can determine its status without waiting. Okay. So let's try this. We could go agent.calculate path. You put it in. Target position would be patrolling path. Yeah, this right here. So that's the target position. What's the path? I don't know what the path is. Can we just do this? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the path is. What's the path? Nav mesh path. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, guys. Nav mesh.calculate path. Oh. Yeah, okay. Navmesh dot. Yes. It would be. I guess we could do all areas. Why is that not working? Can I convert unity from integer? Okay. All areas. All areas equals -1. So can I just do -1? No, I can't. Well. I do not know. But that's all I got time for today, guys. Oh, man, this was fun, guys. Thanks for hanging out. I will talk to you later. I appreciate your help, and I appreciate y'all. If you haven't hit the notification bell, hit the notification bell to get notified of when I go live tomorrow. And if you haven't, hit the like button, And if you haven't downloaded my 2D game kit, it's totally free. This is the same game kit I used to make a game for PewDiePie in 14 days. And I played it with PewDiePie in front of 5 million of his viewers. You can use this game kit however you want. So feel free to download it below. Oh, wait. Mirko gave us some scripts here. We're going to copy this in, paste it in. Nav mesh path equals new, blah, blah, blah. Agent, blah, 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 blah. Okay, we're going to find this. So the next question is, thank you very much. The next question is, what's the return value, Mirko? What's the return value? I know it's in. See, people always say that it's in the Unity docs. Well, there's like 3,000 pages. I'm kind of messing with you. I always get lost. So now, what do I do with the calculate path? It's inside path. Okay. If path. What? Dot status equals path invalid. Haha. Then what do I do, right? Do I break this and then do it again? We take all this and we do it again, right? How do I set this to loop? I break it and then I do it again, right? I think. Do I just break it? I'm trying to remember. I think about what I want to do here. If it's invalid, you just do it again. But won't that just create a nightmare? An infinite loop? Yeah, but if I break it, then what? Then it just... Can't I make it do it again, though? I should probably... I don't think you can do that. I think what you would do is... Oh, man. Sorry, this is the stuff where I suck at. Will that do it? I don't think it will because I needed to do this again. Give me the answers, guys. Come on. You need a while loop inside the for loop. What? Hi, Prisiak. Welcome. I don't know. This is actually where I am beyond my level of expertise. Well, most of this stuff. You need a while loop. I don't want to use a while loop though. Because I've never used a while loop in my life. I don't want to use a while loop. While loop Unity. So is it something like, is it inside the for loop? So it would be while path status is valid, right? Is that what you're saying? Something like that? So it would be like, is that what you're saying? Something like this? Sorry, guys, this is not This is definitely not my area of expertise. So then path. This would be actually up here. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, something like that. I feel like if I'm gonna hit play, it's just gonna completely freeze. I know how I do. What I mean is I know that this is not my best. This is just not my forte. I'm afraid to hit play. Let's try it. We're gonna get a huge error. I can't wait. It's gonna freeze. If it freezes, we're absolutely done for the day. He's stuck. He's lost. Well, there's destination 1. You should be able to go there, bro. Why aren't you going to destination 1, you mother effer? What's going on? What's wrong with you? Look, I think it worked. No, it didn't work. Look, he's got 2, 3 destinations. You should go right there, buddy, but you're not. Why are you not? Huh. Let's try again and see if it breaks. Ah, I'm not breaking it, that's why. I think. Oh, Thomas. Don't be stupid, buddy. Path complete. There we go. I think I've never used while in my life. And I've been making games for 15 years. I told you guys. I'm not smart. Okay, while. Look at that. Now we just gotta. Now it's just broken. It's like it's not even trying now. Yeah, I don't know. Couldn't tell you. Be brave, Thomas. Yeah, you might be right to create a method for that code. That's probably the better option. Let's go back in time. Okay. And this is going to be if. If it's invalid, then break it. Or just do it again, you know? Let's see here. I'm so lost. Use the for, but fix the path that it is not valid. What? What? I'm not testing beyond. I don't know what I'm doing. We'll talk later, guys. I love y'all very much. I appreciate it. And if you want to leave a comment in the video here, I'll take a look at the comment and fix it next time. And I'll give you a round of applause if it fixes it. Thanks, guys. I'll see you later.